Alain. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the time I have to introduce Puma Exploration and myself to potential new investor, but also to give an update to the whole France. So as Alan said, we're based in Rimouski, Quebec, so a Quebec-based company, exploration junior company, that they are looking and exploring northern New Brunswick. So why New Brunswick? Because it has been the site for major discovery in the past, but since 2019, there were a big claim rush happened in Newfoundland. So Newfoundland is a bit eastern of New Brunswick. So there's many explorers in the area, which we call them like our big brothers, because they are a bit more advanced than us. So basically, Puma Gold Project just northern New Brunswick, only 3 hours drive from the head office. So what characterizes a little bit Puma is what we want to proving up is really, really low-cost exploration company. So in these bad market, it's pretty important for us to keep, the exploration fees as low as possible. And it's possible in New Brunswick. Why? Mainly because location. So we're located all along the road, paved road 180. So it's always the project located always within about 20 kilometers from paved road. Our regional office is located in San Quentin, so which is about only 30 minutes drive from the site. So as you can see there, the yellow property is 100% held by Puma. So we have about 70,000 hectares in that camp. So you see as well the slide, we try to do the NB triangle compared to the BC triangle. So the yellow brownish play is 100 Puma, from which the main flagship is William Brook. So today what I'm going to talk is mainly about the flagship. Also you can see Puma has been working for the last 20 years in Bathurst camp. Bathurst camp has been renewed for one of the biggest, base metal VMS camp in the world, and had running the Brunswick 12 mines for about 50 years. So one of the biggest underground zinc mine. So Puma has been working for 20, 25 years for base metal. Back in 2019, we decided to move from copper and zinc exploration for gold, following the claim rush happened in Newfoundland. So basically, we spin off the copper play because I didn't want to put a hat and raise money and do marketing on copper, then change my hat going back on gold, going back. So Puma is a gold-focused company, but for the energy transition and the electric vehicle industry, we kept a big ownership, a piece of a new copper play, which is Canadian copper. So basically, we hold about 12% of Canadian copper. They have their own management team. So we have a seat on the board of director. We still have about another 2 million to receive over the next 2 years. So also we have about NSR on 4 different projects, all located in northern New Brunswick. So the 2 main towns is Bathurst and San Quentin. The last acquisition is the Tim property, because we've been working there and very active for the last 25 years. When there's local prospector or geologist, they find something, they always call us because they know that we're doing the real work on site. So we're boots on ground, real technical team, like the whole days, like bring to the site, doing some mapping, prospecting, and then, trenching, stripping, and drilling. So that's a strategy for low-cost exploration. So what we try to do is to build a new gold camp in that area at William Brook. So that William Brook play, this is the flagship, we have about 40,000 hectares, and everything started in 2019 when we did the site visit with a prospector that they show us a grab sample of about like 50 grams gold, similar grade than what had at the Newfound gold play in Newfoundland. So it's an orogenic play within the Appalachian rock. So if you look this slide, you see the discovery made back in 2019 with the second hole was 5 grams over 50 meters right from surface. So we have about like 3 different zones that we call all cats. So now we have the Lynx Gold Zone, the Tiger, the Cougar, Jaguar, and Panthera. So it's all cats' name within the camp. So see high-grade gold everywhere, always found at surface. So we start with one grab sample, so it's not like a whole deposit, rebrand, rework. This is all brand new discovery. So what we have done is first stripping and trenching before drilling, because the beauty of working in New Brunswick, permitting is pretty easy, but also there's really, really little overburden at surface. So only about like 3 feet to 5 feet of overburden over the rock. So that is pretty easy to trench, strip before drilling. So we never drill blind. You know, what we drill is what we see. So when we have high-grade gold at surface with grab sample, then we bring the drill and drill those. So first, back in 2022, we did our biggest drilling program, what about 10,000 meters of drilling after raising like $5 million at 50 cents following the discovery hole. So then, really systematic drilling, about 25-meter step hole, just to look if there's any high-grade zone into the system. Because before drilling everywhere, we want to show if there's any high-grade. So what come up at that time was very nice, very high-grade veins between, let's say, 1 meter to 3-4 meters wide. At the time, we didn't know what was the geometry of the veins, how was controlling the veins. So the mineralization so far is all located at the contact between a rhyolite and sediment. So a hard rock and a soft rock, and that's the place where we find the gold. So very high-grade gold at surface. After the 10,000 meters of drilling, what we've done is we did a 3D model and launched our 2023 drilling program. So 3,500 meters of drilling only at that place. So as I said, we have a low-cost exploration. Drilling all in is about 200 Canadian dollars a meter, include food, sample, everything. So what we've drilled is really the contact zone, showing up that the mineralization is not only located at surface, but also go at depth. So we need to show continuity, but also the big expand zone if it's possible. So when we drill, 50% of the holes, so 12 holes over 24, hit visible gold, which is pretty exciting for me and the technical team. And as my daughter said, when you look for gold and you drill gold, that should be good, Dad. I said, yes, this is what we're looking for. Compared to base metal, we never know what gold grade will come before we get the assays back from the assays, unless you have visible gold. Visible gold in half of the holes. We did that 3D models. What you can see there, the yellow-red color is what we call the gold grade shell, so very high grade. That was the 2022 exploration model that we drilled this time. So this is what we have released with 6 more holes to come, and it was really surprising that for once, a model's working the first time. So we drilled the ore shoot. Sorry, I should not say ore shoot, it's not a mine there, high-grade shoot gold, but we drilled those high-grade shoot, and we have been successful with different zone of 3 to 4 meters with some very high-grade 27 grams, 37 grams, all open at depth. And as you can see on the slide, it goes from the lengths at surface down to now to 200 meters. We have 6 more holes to come, and more we were drilling last year. This summer, I meant, more we hit visible gold. So I suspect the next batch of results that should come up pretty soon, maybe even this week, will come with very higher grade zone. The other thing is to look for surface extension. So that drilling proving up the continuity at depth. For sure, it's only done to 200 meters so far, but estimate only $700,000 drilling program to proving at that. This summer, with the model, is to trench and strip over strike land, because we have 3 parallel zones, which is about 5 kilometers to 10 kilometers each. We find a new tiger zone with up to 5.5 grams at surface. So this is one of the good drill results we come so far, 37 grams over 2.5 meters. Those mineralization is associated with a little bit like copper and galena from 100 meters. What we want to show now is multiple deposits along strike, and that's the reason why we've started the trenching program. So we drill up to August. So August, September, October, we did trenching and stripping during the time we receive back the assays from the lab. So we have that now over 1.5 kilometers. So we went from 750 to 1.5, all located at surface, and we discovered the Tiger Zone. Tiger Zone, I felt the same as I felt back in 2021 when we found the Langs Gold Zone. Lang Gold Zone, the first discovery was only 3 samples in a trench, 3, 6, and 9 grams. Now we have almost the same. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, you see the extent from the Lang Zone. Now this is the Tiger Zone that's going to be drilled pretty soon. If I'm jumping pretty fast, because the time runs faster than I can speak, is the 23 and 24 program. Most of the work will be done on the Langs Gold Trend, which is 4 kilometers, but also we have 2 other parallel zones. Currently, we did early stage of metallurgy, and it come up pretty spectacular. So we have to do more tests. Up to 92% of the gold recovered by gravity only. So we try to do and mine as a green gold mine, which means no chemical use, no sulfide, no cyanide, really gravity recovery, and to recover up to 90% of the gold in the ground. So that will be a beauty if we can achieve that. More tests will come on that side before Christmas. If we look, building a camp means more deposit along strike. We have the Jaguar Gold Zone, similar work, first trenching, then stripping. This zone has to be drilled next year. We have the Cougar Zone, only trenching done. Next year will be stripping. Then following, if we have success in the trenching and stripping, we're going to be drilling. And the last one is the Pantera Gold Zone. So once again, very early stage exploration, soil anomaly for gold for 2 kilometers, only 1 trench done. So this year, more trenching, next year stripping. So always have different stage of exploration in our portfolio on the same property for everybody. So blue sky potential for very, very early stage discovery up to a bit more resource characterization and characterize the gold into the Langs Gold Zone. The last one, but not the last, is John Paul and Potash property. To be honest with you, we have not done any work really this summer on it because it's a bit further away. We have a bit of copper and cobalt on it, as well high-grade gold and intrusive porphyry at surface. So basically, just to give you an example, what we're talking about low-cost exploration, 2019, the site visit, you can see at the bottom, discovery or a grab in the cliff. Everything starts from that. First year, about like less than $1 million investment. It's all Canadian money. Trenching, stripping. 2021, discovery hole. 2022, about 10,000 meters of drilling. And now we're doing 6,000 meters. The first 3,500 is done. After, we're going to drill the Tiger Zone at surface and follow up on the new 3D models underneath the Langs Gold Zone. So basically, for Puma's key to unlock value, we want to demonstrate the scale, the volume, and the grades. The grades will be the challenging part because, as you can see, we have nugget effects, free gold in it, so we're going to need to do bulk samples. So we are permitted to do a 4,000-ton bulk permit. Just believe it or not, it took 3 weeks to get a permit for 4,000 tons. So that is how it's easy to work in New Brunswick. So market cap is about 16 million shares. The only one found institutional is Crescat. We're having an analyst from Couloir Capital. I have myself about like 2.5 million shares. People around me is about 24. So this is Puma Exploration. So the team itself, we have really experienced people in-house, mainly on the technical side. And that's about it, 7 seconds. So I'm good, huh?
You're doing extremely well.
If you have any question, you remember me, the short boy with the strong accent. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job.